Barak Yehovah, Barak Yehovah Shah, Yehovah, Bahashem, Yehovah Shah, Bahashem, Bahak Kadash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, faith, and power, and trust, and all credit to my Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and my Heavenly Big Brother, Yahweh Shah. Thank you so much for you've done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. And double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching His truth and none but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh by Shema Shah. Trying to put a spiritual bug in you Hebrew Israelites' ears, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds. And what is a speckled bird? They be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations, like for example, a Hebrew Israelite that look like a so-called white person, so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. Got some videos that's talking about the plagues of the Lord, a lot of destruction, depopulation, famine building up, invasive species showing up, all kind of shit happening. And it's all of the plagues of Yahweh by Shema Shah. So I'm going to play these videos. I'm going to get into the scripture my best ability. Say whatever God say through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shema Shah, the Holy Spirit of Krahak Kadash. Lord willing be on me. Let's get it.
Welcome to the We On podcast, where we explore fascinating stories and ideas from various fields. In this episode, we uncover a shocking mathematical prediction that suggests the global human population could dramatically collapse by 2064. Raising urgent questions about the future of humanity and civilization itself. It's a warning that turns numbers and equations into a chilling glimpse of humanity's possible future. Experts have predicted that the world's population will crash in the next 40 years. Currently, there are an estimated 8.3 billion people on Earth, but this number is in danger of being halved by the year 20.
See that? Scientists cannot figure out Almighty God. And it looked like a woman. Yeah. Well, yeah, she's saying that. She like, shit. Yep. It look like appear to be an Edomite woman, but she got some good sense. Caused by Western liberal ideology, planned projections by liberals. No, it's Edom shit. Left wing, right wing. It don't fucking matter. It's the nation of Edom, Amalek, that want this damn shit, the population to decrease, but ultimately it's the Lord, really. Yeah, because the Lord's bringing judgment upon this whole entire earth. Anyway.
64. Scientists say this could happen because of any of the four reasons: climate collapse, a pandemic, global conflict, or resource shortages. Certain portions of a new paper explore hypothetical...
Oh, yeah. They're talking about the population going to decrease by 2040. Shit, look how things are right now. We got fucking heat waves. We got pretty much disasters, natural disasters ramping up and intensifying. And you got global famine on the horizon, bro. That shit is building up, especially in America. But shit, droughts going down, all kind of stuff. And this devil, World War III, class war, civil war, so much division happened. People gonna be killing each other, busting heads and splitting wigs and eating their kids. Man, it's gonna be a lot of great death. And the Lord saying it ain't gonna be no 2040 shit. We get to 2040 with this devil ruling the world, man, we all be dead. Anyway,
future scenarios, as the researchers modeled what could happen if major environmental crises abruptly imposed severe carrying capacity limits on Earth. Scientists from the University of Milan said, under a deliberately conservative worst-case assumption that Earth's sustainable carrying capacity suddenly dropped to around 2 billion people, our model predicts a rapid global population decline.
And don't forget about the Georgia Guidestones, what that shit say. They want to reduce the population down to 500 million. And that's Esau's projection. That's what he want. Shit. Some dumb bitch talking about, so it's like, liberal, shut the fuck up. With all that damn politics shit. Shut the fuck. That shit's so played out and tired, nigga. You delusional ass niggas. Anyway.
With humanity potentially halving by around the year.
Meanwhile, if these motherfuckers talking about some liberals, this is what the liberals want. Well, what about the conservatives? These niggas pushing the chip implant, the New World Order. Shit. What you think? We need what did Trump say? We need a visa tracking system that can track people wherever they go. We're gonna start with the immigrants. The illegals. They're gonna want everybody. Shit.
2064. The researchers stated that they are not predicting anything, and this is merely an illustrative mathematical scenario, which explores how abrupt changes can affect the population dynamics of the world. The study was published in the journal Chaos, Solitons and Fractals, and analyzed 12,000 years of human population growth. a mathematical equation was devised which accurately reproduced the population growth patterns from the Neolithic era to the modern age. They took into account slow growth in some periods and accelerated growth in others. The calculations showed that the current trajectory is stable. However, in the worst-case scenario, Earth could sustain only about 2 billion people, only a quarter of the current population. The number of people would dramatically plummet, with half the population gone. In a scenario where carrying capacity constraints suddenly become abruptly active, predicts a rapid population decline, the researchers wrote. The paper also analyzed the doomsday scenario proposed in 1960, according to which there would be such an explosion of people that humanity would go extinct on November 13th, 2026, a Friday. The researchers wrote...
Man, see, that's the shit that Esau loves to push. This is what this devil loves to push. Because, see, his world is coming to an end. He's like, if I'm going to lose this world, nobody will be next to rule after me. No, there will be people ruling after you. Shit. Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of the fall. They want to always say that, oh, the world is going to end and the population is going to decrease and all that other shit. No, it's not going to happen because the Lord going to make it not happen. Now, a lot of people will be dying. But, hey, matter of fact, since I said it once, let me say it again. I know I'm talking a lot, but I can't help it, nigga. I got to say what I got to say. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. For then shall be great tribulations, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. And except those days be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. And why are the days being shortened? Because the Lord speeding up time for his people, the elect of Israel. Cause we be here any longer with this musty ass nigger Esau, he him so-called white man, but he ain't white, he red, and he a baby dick sucking Jewish fag nigga. We all be, everything will be dead, even that motherfucker will be. Shit, everything will be dead.
That since for...
And it won't be, we won't be dead, it'll be hell way before fucking 2040. We'll be dead probably in the next 5-10 years.
Fertility rates declined globally. We avoided this scenario.
All because of Esau. Ain't nobody having no babies because of Esau.
But the underlying...
Damn, they're pushing homosexuality and dykeism and all that other shit, and they ain't got the food all fucked up, and they're trying to put chemicals in the motherfucker to make, pretty much in a way to make women, to sterilize people, really, to neuter the women and spade the women and neuter the men. Shit. Heck yeah, depopulation, bro. That's that nigga right there. But it's awesome by the will of the Lord, though, to get back at you heathens and you 2/3 Israelites. Let's get to the next video. Oh yeah, in Japan. Yeah, them Ammon still birth rate going low. Yep.
$5.
Shut up, nigga.
Japan is facing a demographic crisis that continues to deepen. The new census data has shown that the country's population has recorded its sharpest ever decline in 5 years. The country lost more than 3 million people in the past 5 years, falling from 126 million in 2020 to 123 million in 2025. Now, the latest census shows that Japan's population dropped by a record 2.5%. This has raised serious concerns about labor shortages, economic stagnation, and the future of the world's fourth largest economy. The continuing long-term downtrend in Japan's population is driven...
Goddamn men fall in love with AI animated characters. And I don't know what the fuck women doing. I don't know, but shit, I've seen stories of the males, or they're marrying fucking a holographic image of a fucking artificial intelligence anime bitch. I'm like, oh goodness, bro. Shit. If these heathens having problems with population, just drop a little, sprinkle a little bit of Israelites in the area, and then watch the population grow. We already got some Israelites amongst the heathens, but we'll put some more Jakes up in that bitch and watch the population grow. Jake goddamn make things happen, bro. Heck yeah, but they ain't gonna look like the typical Ammonites. Nah, they're gonna be looking more different.
By low birth rates and a rapidly aging population. Many rural regions have reportedly been particularly...
The population will be increasing when the Israelites are ruling the world. Oh yeah, but right now population gonna be decreasing major when Jacob Trouble go full throttle 9,000 RPMs to the engine blow up.
Particularly hard hit, with younger people moving to big cities while population in small towns shrink rapidly. Japan has one of the world's lowest birth rates and oldest populations. Official data show that the number of births in Japan fell for the 10th straight year in 2025, with a total of more than 705,000 babies born. Experts warn that fewer young people mean a smaller workforce, higher social security costs, and increasing pressure on the country's healthcare system. Last year, Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi addressed these concerns and referred to the declining population as the country's, quote, biggest problem.
To create a society where everyone can continue living in the region of their choice, we will comprehensively promote measures against population decline.
And now, over the years, the Japanese government has introduced a series of measures to mitigate the crisis. Efforts have varied from trying to incentivize marriages to even launching dating apps. The government has also initiated childcare support, cash incentives, and work-life balance reform. The government's welfare schemes start right from the baby's birth. To ease financial burden on new parents, Japan raised its one-time lump sum childbirth grant to over $3.
Huh? What? You getting money for having a baby? Well, shit. Those small-head niggas, they getting money for having children. Way more than this shit. And they get money monthly. They get probably $10,000 a head. A baby, a unit. I consider a baby a unit or a head for a true Goyim baby. I'm talking about them fucking baby dick sucking baby. Anyway.
$1,000.
Edomite babies.
The government also expanded the national child allowance. All families are eligible to...
Huh? They getting that much monthly? Meanwhile, over here in America, them little small head babies, they getting fucking they getting like 5 times, 20, no, maybe 10, 20 times more than that. Shit. Each month. For being a small head heathen.
Receive $90
small head wearing little fucking heathen.
$4 per month per child up to the age of 3, and about $63 per month for the children from age 3 through high school.
And they getting more money than that. Ain't that some shit?
Government also subsidized child care leave benefit, that is for working parents, so that both parents can take leave together immediately after childbirth without facing any pay cuts.
Well, look at this shit. Now, Japan, they know they have a population problem, so they willing to pay their people to have more babies, have more people. In America, shit, you can't even afford to have children. Shit. And they complain, they talking like, the Americans we having a population problem. No, you Edomites having a population problem, because when they talk about Americans, they only speaking about you so-called white folks. They ain't talking about you Israelites, because you Israelites ain't got no problem having babies. You shouldn't be having it. Well, I ain't gonna say you shouldn't or you should, but we're gonna pray like heaven Lord have mercy on you and your children. That's for sure. But Ammon, yeah, and all these other heathens, they getting jacked up. I'll keep playing this shit.
Japan also encourages...
I know I'm talking a lot. I'm in a hyped up mood right now. The sun is out, looking pretty. And I feel good.
New parents to work shorter hours remotely or even in staggered shifts without docking their pay. But the population crisis is not just a battle limited to Japan. Several countries across the world are experiencing a similar decline. In Asia, South Korea, China, and Thailand are witnessing major drops in their populations, while in Europe, countries like Bulgaria, Latvia, and Lithuania are facing a similar risk. To combat the problem, dozens of Chinese cities now offer direct monthly cash subsidies to parents who have a second or third child, which continue until the child turns 3 years old.
Wow, they do not want that in America. Shit, if any money they funding to their people gonna be actually to them small head niggas. Shit, 'cause that's who control America anyway. Hell, greedy niggers. I mean, they getting about 5,000. I think they getting 5. See, they don't want to. If I Google that shit on Google, you know you ain't gonna get an answer from Google, 'cause they run Google. They gonna say they're anti-Semitic, but they get like $5,000 each child each month. And you want to tell me who's the biggest welfare recipients? You Edomites. Well, the divine Edomites are the biggest welfare recipients. Shit. You want to talk about the blacks and Latinos and illegals? They're getting all the benefit. No, the fuck they ain't, niggas. Shut the fuck up. It's your niggers. It's you niggers.
Families with
fake-ass Jew niggers.
Multiple children also get housing perks. Often they are given priority access to government-subsidized public housing.
Alright, anyway, that shit ain't gonna help y'all niggas. But yeah, the hell, having any babies you want to, but the hell, they all gonna be going into captivity when the Israelites are in power. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, that which persecute thee. Now they ain't on the full curses, but they soon will be when they in slavery. Yep, little babies, little heathen babies.
There's no respite from the scorching heat across India, with daytime temperatures consistently above 45 to 46 degrees Celsius in several parts of the country. In Maharashtra's Nagpur, at least 26 people have been reported dead over the past 3 days. The police suspect extreme heat as the likely cause. Authorities say that of the 26 people who are dead, 4 were found near railway station premises, some on roadsides, beneath flyovers, and others at public places. According to the police, most of the deceased appeared to be homeless, underscoring how the poor remain the most vulnerable to extreme temperatures. According to the IMD, heatwave to severe heatwave conditions along with warm nights, they will persist in several pockets of the Vidarbha region till May 29th. The weather department has also issued an orange alert for Nagpur and Gadchiroli. Another tragedy unfolded in Madhya Pradesh, Chhatarpur, where a 6-year-old child lost his life after his condition deteriorated rapidly after he was being taken to the hospital. According to reports, the child's mother suffered a heart attack upon hearing about her child's death. The deaths come on a day when the IMD issued a red alert for severe heatwave conditions in Madhya Pradesh. Now, some respite from the heat is expected by the weekend when a fresh western disturbance is likely to trigger rainfall and thunderstorms. Until then, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, along with several other states in north, northwest and eastern India are expected to sizzle under extreme heat wave. And the consequences of intensifying temperatures turned tragic in Bangladesh. In Dhaka, 6 newborn babies died within hours of each other during a private hospital's post-delivery ward, and this after it was reported to be because of the failure in air conditioning system. The infants, just 1 to 3 days old, fell critically ill overnight before succumbing despite being placed on ventilator support. Authorities have now launched an urgent investigation into the incident, with early focus on possible ventilation or technical failures inside the ward after reports that the air conditioning system was not working during the night.
My baby is gone. My baby is gone. I came to a good hospital with so much hope and pride. What have they done to my child? I came here with so much pride. My grandchild was my pride, and now my baby is gone.
It is the authorities' fault, not ours. My baby was fine, but now he is gone. This happened because of them. My granddaughter was put.
The Lord, hey man, that's daggone judgment from Yahweh Shemal Shah. Yeah.
Perfectly okay until last night. Around 10 p.m., he was with his father. He was only.
And you hot? What the fuck? If it's so hot out there, you niggas are covering yourself and you got mostly all black on. It's faded, but it's all black. Get the fuck out of that shit, nigga. Damn, what's wrong with you people?
3 days old.
Well, head of the government's health department noted that air conditioning in the ward was not working in the early hours on Wednesday, as temperatures in Dhaka
That shit ain't gonna help your ass stay cool.
were around 32 degrees Celsius. Health Department spokesman Sahid Rehan said that initial information did not suggest any mistreatment as the cause of the deaths. Families at the hospital appeared nervous, with some saying that they were considering transferring their children elsewhere. The incident has sparked panic and grief among families at the hospital, as health officials work to determine what led to the deaths of the newborns.
Hey, judgment from the Lord. Can you heathens? Let's see what's going on in Europe. More heat waves.
A severe heat wave is sweeping across Europe, shattering temperature records and triggering health alerts in multiple countries, from Portugal to France and Italy. Authorities are warning residents to stay indoors as extreme heat linked to climate change grips the continent. Now, here are some of the regions facing their first wave of heat of the season. Portugal has recorded its hottest May day ever, with temperatures reaching 40.3 degrees Celsius in the central town of Mora. Officials say the heat wave is likely to continue into early June, while hospitals have reported a rise in heat-related admissions. Let's take a look at some of the reactions from Portugal.
It wasn't like this in previous years. You can feel that temperatures are rising. It's not even summer yet, and the temperatures are already high. In previous years at this time of year, in May, temperatures didn't reach 35 degrees. If it's like this now, this summer is going to be even hotter.
Next is Italy. It issued its first red heat alert of the year for Rome and several northern cities, including Florence, Bologna, and Turin. Tourists and residents struggle through temperatures above 32 degrees Celsius, with the authorities warning even healthy people can face serious health risks. Next is France. It continues to swelter under intense heat, with the temperatures in parts of southwest nearing 38 degrees Celsius. A school was forced to close after corridor temperatures reportedly reached 53 degrees Celsius, causing students to fall ill. Paris also remained under orange heat wave alert as conditions disrupted the French Open tennis tournament, where players battled dehydration and exhaustion on court. Let's listen in to some people there.
Back in the day, there were summers, springs, falls, and winters. Now there's no more. 15 days ago, we were wearing jackets, and now we have to be in bathing suits. It's scary.
Be it in the night or in the morning, there's not really a time when we can breathe a bit, because it's so hot every time, especially these past few days. Otherwise, we try to cool down, find some water, something, and drink a lot of water.
We move to Spain next, where the weather agency has issued fresh heat alerts for northern and northeastern regions where temperatures are expected to climb to 37 degrees Celsius. And forecasters say the unusually high temperatures are more typical of peak summer than late May. Well, at least it has been good for business for the ice cream seller. Hear this out.
It has been very good for the ice cream shop, high temperatures. We've been selling lots of ice creams, and I think it has also helped Bilbao in terms of tourism to give it a different vibe to what Bilbao normally is. Here it's always raining and it's very grey. But now with the clear sky and 40 degrees, well, yes, it's strange, but for us as Amarino ice cream shop, it has been great.
And Britain has also recorded its hottest ever May temperatures earlier this week, and authorities have linked several drowning deaths to the extreme heat as people sought relief at the beaches, lakes and rivers. Now, scientists say human-driven climate change is making heat waves across Europe more frequent, more intense and longer lasting, raising concerns over public health and infrastructure across the continent. And talking about of course, as Europe battles another record-breaking heat wave, scientists are warning that extreme temperatures across the continent are becoming more frequent and more widespread and more deadly. Europe is now warming faster than any other continent, with the climate experts pointed to a sharp rise in heat waves over the last 3 decades. Let's look at some of the facts now. Europe's climate alarm bells first rang loudly during the devastating 2003 heat wave. Extreme temperatures across France, Italy, Spain, and Portugal caused tens of thousands of deaths. A European study later estimated around 70,000 additional deaths across 16 countries during that summer alone. And the disaster pushed many governments to introduce emergency heat wave warning systems and public safety plans. What was once mainly a problem for southern Europe is now affecting the entire continent. Russia endured a 45-day heat wave in 2010, while countries including Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands, and the UK have shattered records in 2019. In 2021, southern Europe had suffered another severe heat wave, with Sicily recording 48.8 degrees Celsius, which is the highest temperature ever recorded in Europe. And scientists say Europe's heat wave are now arriving earlier and lasting longer. Major heat waves struck as early as June in both 2019 and 2022, while hot conditions in some regions stretched into September. And this year, Western Europe saw unprecedented heat in May itself, with the temperatures records falling in countries including France, Portugal, and Britain. And now researchers say the number of heat waves across Europe has now risen dramatically. France alone has recorded more than half of its documented heat waves since the year 2000. A major European study published this year found a significant increase in heat wave frequency across most parts of the continent over the last 30 years. And of course, Europe has repeatedly broken all-time national temperature records in recent years. France hit 46 degrees Celsius in 2019. Britain crossed 40 degrees Celsius for the first time in 2022, while Spain and Germany also recorded historic highs. And scientists warn these extremes are being intensified by human-driven climate change, with rising...
Human-driven? Whatever.
From the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power.
Don't rush cherry dark chocolate. That's Dice.
Oh my God.
Unrelenting severe weather once again unloading on the south. From an apparent water spout ripping through a Florida beach,
Coming right at us.
to this ominous funnel cloud over Alabama, where at least 3 reported tornadoes touched down overnight. The twisters bringing down trees and blocking roads, homes completely destroyed. One even tearing the roof off a local TV station while a meteorologist continued live on air.
A tornado has just gone through the station here at WDHN.
Security footage appears to show one person trying to leave the building when suddenly the glass begins to shake and is sucked out by the passing twister. Tonight, 30 million people under flood alerts, just a day after dangerous flooding in Texas, stranding drivers, people jumping in to push this stuck car.
Be advised, the car's going towards the creek. We got an infant in the car.
Frightening moments as first responders rush to this vehicle trapped in a swollen creek, a baby inside.
Yeah, give me the baby.
Cover. And in Georgia, days of rain saturating the ground under this tree until it collapsed into a neighboring house.
It sounded more like an explosion. And we came upstairs to see what was going on to the tree in the house.
The cleanup continues as the region braces for more storms.
Let's pick it up right there. Aaron Gilchrist joins us now live. And Aaron, we see that damage right there to that home. More severe weather is on the way, but first, how is that family doing tonight?
Well, Tom, I can tell you nobody was hurt in the house here, but you can see just how bad the damage is. This tree really just punching right through the roof here. The homeowner tells me 2/3 of this house just crushed by this tree here, and the rain keeps falling. You're right, there is that concern about flooding, flash flooding happening here that could last into each day of this week. Tom?
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch.
A series of relentless, highly convective, severe weather systems trailing across the Midwestern United States has triggered widespread, catastrophic flash flooding across the major metropolitan footprint of Columbus and its surrounding suburban counties. Originating from a stagnant atmospheric boundary that stalled directly over the Ohio Valley immediately following the Memorial Day weekend, these back-to-back storm fronts dropped historic volumes of precipitation onto ground that was already thoroughly saturated by prior seasonal rain events. Between Tuesday afternoon and Thursday morning, multiple waves of slow-moving supercells and heavy downpours dumped unprecedented amounts of water across targeted regional zones. Because the regional water tables were already critically high, the local topography was entirely incapable of absorbing the sudden influx. The resulting immediate surface runoff transformed local urban streets into rushing rivers, overwhelmed municipal storm sewer configurations, sent major river basins surging past their banks into moderate flood stages, and forced emergency services to execute rapid response extractions to save stranded motorists and trapped residents. While local meteorological models as water levels rose to the hoods, forcing drivers to wade to safety on nearby embankments, area faced severe operational impacts. The historic Olentangy Caverns, a major geological attraction north of the city, announced an emergency closure. Rising subterranean water tables issued urgent directives emphasizing the foundational rule of flood safety. Turn around, don't drown. Crew is getting attention on social media for their photos and video report over a deer rescued from flooded waters. The Madison Township Fire Department said it was called about 3 p.m. Wednesday to an area of North Man Road in Morgan County, which is southwest of Indianapolis, for a report of a vehicle in the water with someone inside. The driver of that vehicle was able to get to dry land without firefighter assistance. But as crews were preparing to leave the accident scene, they heard a baby deer and realized the rapidly rising water was carrying the animal downstream. Captain Joe Sinclair went into the water and rescued the deer, bringing it safely back to shore. Medics on scene provided aid until the deer could be transferred to a local animal rescue. Agencies assisting...
I'll stop right there because that's all I want to hear. An animal being saved from all destruction. Let's get to the next one.
Dead flood. Oh my God, it's up on my deck. Oh my Lord. Oh my God.
Welcome to the American University of Antigua, College of Medicine.
After relentless rainfall overwhelmed creeks, roads, and drainage systems. Muddy currents rushed through rural neighborhoods, damaging homes, washing debris downhill, and trapping residents across isolated mountain roads overnight. One of the worst tragedies occurred when a woman was swept away by rapidly intensifying floodwaters near her property. Rescue teams later recovered her body downstream, leaving the community devastated as officials warned residents about the extreme dangers of moving water. Driveways within minutes.
Let's get to the next video.
From drought.
This one is from... Where is this from? Oh, Syria. Come on, Euphrates rivers burst banks, forcing farmers to flee.
To deluge.
I mean, I said I wasn't planning on playing these videos, and I was like, well, and I wanted to play these videos from other countries before the ones that was in like Tennessee, Ohio, the American ones, but fuck it, I'm playing it anyway.
Farmers in central Syria are asking their government for help. The Euphrates River has burst its banks and swept through their fields and homes.
We can only reach our homes by boat. The water level is rising day by day. Rent is extremely high. We need tents to stay in until things improve.
Civil defense officials have struggled to reach some remote areas in Deir ez-Zor and Raqqa provinces. The water has washed out roads and caused extensive damage. Syrian authorities in Damascus say help is on the way. There are evacuation orders all along the Euphrates, from Syria to Iraq.
The water level in our house has risen to 1 meter. We have slept on the roof for the past 3 days. Now we can't go home because of the floodwaters, which threaten to destroy our houses and have already damaged the sewage system. The electricity and drinking water have already been cut off. We urge both the government and the disaster and emergency authorities to provide us with the necessary tents.
Heavy rains upstream in Turkey have caused the Euphrates to rise to levels not seen in years. Dams have been opened to relieve pressure. The floods will come as a test for Syria's new government to rebuild after a disaster brought by nature and not war. Wilson Dysart, Al Jazeera.
Let's see what the next one's about.
Unbelievable extreme weather has swept across northern Netherlands in just a few hours, bringing chaos from Groningen to Friesland. Hail, strong winds, lightning strikes, and intense rainfall rapidly formed into a moving line of severe thunderstorms crossing the country. Around Groningen, including Wildervank and Winschoten, the sky turned dark as dramatic shelf clouds appeared. Shortly after, a dust storm in Mussel Canal was followed by sudden heavy rain and continuous lightning. Similar conditions were reported in Emmer-Compascuum and Klazienaveen, where the sky turned nearly black before torrential rain began.
Rustig. Relax.
Along the A6 motorway toward Emmeloord, thunderstorms triggered large hail and wind gusts reaching up to 80 kilometers per hour. The first active thunderstorms erupted, causing local flooding and water accumulation. Tübingen was hit by heavy rain, Oosterwolde experienced strong lightning activity, and De Boyne saw fast-moving rain clouds, even affecting a 155-year celebration tent in Meerwijk. The weather changed dramatically within minutes across multiple locations.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's it. I ain't gonna play no more. But you've seen enough. The Lord is plaguing the whole entire world, not just America, Babylon, and Great, but all over the world. Nahum chapter 1, verse 3. The Lord is, hold on. The Lord Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked. So this is for the wicked people in the world, from the heathens to you 2/3 of Israel. The Lord Yahweh have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm and the clouds of the dust of his feet. Isaiah chapter 28 verse 2. Behold, the Lord Yahweh Shema shall have a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. Yep. Next video. More about floods in America. Yeah.
Here in the United States, we are all experiencing a hidden flood risk, but most people don't even realize it. Well, something was reported today, and it was by Moody's. Moody's is now saying here in the U.S., we have a gap protection of about $1 trillion. This is a huge problem. I want to show you what was said. It says Moody's warns the U.S. flood protection gap could top $1 trillion, meaning the amount that we are protected versus the amount of actual risk, that gap could be over $1 trillion. That's extremely concerning because look at what's happening right now. More than 20 million Americans are targeted by flash flooding as a severe storm sweeps across the East Coast. But look at this. It says downpours bring heightened flood risk and drought relief to southern U.S. But I want to show you some of these clips. This right here is just from 5 days ago over in New York City. Look at this.
Damn. She got wiped out. Boom. Boom. What? Them damn women. Shit.
Yeah. People getting off of a bus are swept away just by the raging waters. The flood in New York City from 5 days ago. Look what just happened just yesterday. This is in Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah, driving over inches of water. This is on a freeway in Birmingham, Alabama. Okay, this isn't even the worst of it. This is just driving on a freeway. Look at this though. This right here is in Fort Worth, Texas. Look at this. Yeah, that's in Fort Worth, Texas. Again, we are seeing flooding in so many different areas. I want to show you another one. This right here, okay, look at this. Again, another one in Texas.
This is crazy. That water's usually 12 feet down. Like a major storm just went through here. Washing all the mulch out of the park. They warned of flash flooding. Hey there, little buddy.
Yeah, you can see the water is much higher than what it used to be. But this is the reason why I'm showing you this. Look at this. It says many buyers misunderstand home insurance coverage. It says a new survey found many Americans misunderstand what standard homeowners and auto insurance policies actually cover, including flood damage, rebuilding costs, and common exclusions. For realtors, the findings underscore why insurance literacy should be part of affordability and homeownership conversations early in the buying process. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention today. Number one, we are already seeing flooding here in the U.S. Number two, and again, this is the big one, most people don't realize how expensive it is to own a home or even get into a property. If you are living in a flood zone, you have to have flood insurance. It's separate from homeowners insurance. Most people don't realize that. Honestly, I didn't know that.
Anyway, I want to hear this shit. I just want to see what kind of shit they have. Well, what's going on with these floods and such. Anyway, destruction. Please. How about your mouth? Y'all bringing it. See what this is about. Oh, wrong video. Oh no, wrong video. This is the right one.
We begin tonight with a big blast, creating all kinds of questions tonight.
I'm like skipping all these videos, and I'm like, damn, what about these up top?
People's homes, and it certainly got their attention from border to border here. So Watch Fox News went and tried to find some answers. All of this happened around 5:20 tonight, and for a long time, nobody knew what it was. Tonight, experts only seem to be sure about what it was not. Our Kiana Jordan joining us live in the studio now with what we're learning about what caused all that shaking.
Yeah, Brian, people across the region say they were shaken and confused after that powerful boom echoed across the area tonight. Now, reports came in from as far as North Augusta to Darlington County. Tonight, the U.S. Geological Survey telling Watch Fox News that the noise wasn't caused by an earthquake. Instead, it was a sonic boom. Now, several viewers sending us videos from their homes that show the shaking that happened this evening. The U.S. Geological Survey says the recorded waves and eyewitness report.
They ain't reporting it was a plane that flying through a fighter jet going up supersonic or some shit. I don't know.
Reports are consistent with a sonic boom. The 0.0 magnitude boom was detected almost 4 miles northeast of St. Andrews area of Richland County near the State Fire Academy. But there was no seismic activity. Viewers from Lexington, Swansea, Blythewood, and several other communities reported feeling their homes shake. Now, others say the sound resembled thunder, an explosion, or a massive impact. The USGS says sonic booms happen when an object, including a plane or spacecraft, travels faster than the speed of
spacecraft. Why did they mention spacecraft? Well, I guess if a spaceship or a rocket ship or whatever they want to call it, but I'm thinking of UFOs, or just say the chariots of the Lord. Anyway, Let me play that back.
Shake. Now, others say the sound resembled thunder, an explosion, or a massive impact. The USGS says sonic booms happen when an object, including a plane or spacecraft, travels faster than the speed of the sound, creating shock waves that can be heard and felt on the ground. Now, tonight it still isn't clear what caused the boom. Again, no earthquake and no damage reports that we've seen from this incident. We'll continue to follow any new information about what caused that sonic boom. Now over to weather.
Yeah, I think you summed everything up pretty good.
Okay, that's enough. I don't want to hear that nigga. That nigga sound like a moist British cigarette. That's a soggy British cigarette right there for you. Hey, LaQuisha. How you doing? Anyway, Isaiah chapter 29 verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. Speaking of flame of devouring fire, big time failure for these rockets, the space rocket they trying to launch, and that bitch went boom. I said that bitch went boom. Now I don't want to see a fucking ad about a drone. And boom. Failure. Shit. They were like, hell. Esau said, I meant to do that. I wanted to do that on purpose. Was there anybody on that ship? Unfortunately, rockets are hard. Must tweet in reply to the video of the incident. Whatever. What a failure. What it look like from a farther distance. Boom. Look like a city just got nuked. Yeah. Leaving that mushroom cloud. They got some trees on fire. Yep, had some flames of fire, but hey, the Lord gonna have some real flames of fire, later, involving the nukes. Let's get to this one.
An unusual find in a Long Island pond, a predatory invasive fish that can actually cross the street. Yes, it's true. State officials went fishing today to get rid of them, but as Carolyn Gussoff tells us, some people are welcoming the find.
It's just like a bada bing, bada boom thing. It's just awesome.
Vinnie Conwell elated over his first-of-a-kind catch in Suffolk County. He travels the East Coast seeking out the northern snakehead fish, and last week caught 3.
Don't tell me there's not northern snakeheads in Lily Pond. These fish are so awesome. The fight, everything about them is great. It's a shame that they've gotten the reputation they have.
The species that spawned horror film.
Yeah, them right there you do not want to eat. Just let you know, cause that bitch may got gills, but that bitch ain't got no scales, and it looked like a catfish.
Says New York officials.
We're turning the juice on?
But it's a snakehead, but it's got the skin of, the peel, and that's an abominable fish to eat.
In the pond trying to catch and kill them.
We really want to be on top of it and get rid of them quickly because we have Lake Ronkonkoma, bass, walleye. So having a snakehead move in there would not be a good situation.
Aggressive and predatory, native to Asia and federally classified.
That motherfucker do look like a snake. They even got the patterns of a python.
As invasive, they can breathe air and survive out of the water for days.
Yeah.
These fish can walk on land, they can cross the road.
And so the DEC is electrofishing to locate and destroy any snakeheads in Lily Pond right next to the lake. Their python-like markings and dagger-like teeth have made them...
I'm trying to think, do they really have scales? I can't see that good.
A bucket list catch for some fishermen.
These fish are not going to cause any kind of problems to the general public. Yes, they do eat fish. They do eat other species, but what fish in this ponds are not eating fish?
But like catfish and bass eat bass, smaller ones.
DEC, they're a threat to Long Island's largest lake.
I do see, the point of the fishermen having a very exciting catch, but it's not something we're going to take lightly.
I don't want this thing. It's something that you shouldn't be eating anyway.
Affecting Lake Ronkonkoma. It's getting a little cleaner, so we don't need invasive species.
How'd they get here in the first place? State officials say it's likely someone dumped them from an aquarium or from a fish market. Either way, they say it's...
Yeah, probably Moab. Anyway. Could be Esau.
Dozens of chickens and bees in Santa Rosa County are dead. Residents believe those deaths are connected to recent sightings of a helicopter spraying chemicals on vegetation around power lines. WEAR's Copeland Welch has a closer look at these concerns and the accountability a state senator is calling for.
Clearing vegetation around power lines like these is routine work for Florida Power and Light. But now residents are wondering if that work could be the cause of death for dozens of animals.
It's sickening. You do everything that you're told to the best of your ability, and then someone comes along and does this to our environment.
Melissa Kalis is a beekeeper in Santa Rosa County. She says on May 8th, she found 75% of her field bees dead. Kalis called in an apiary inspector.
He confirmed that it was nothing, related to beekeeping practices. It was nothing that I had done to them, in essence. And that likely it was a chemical encounter that they had had.
Down the road, Chun Farms reports more than 50 chickens found dead.
Damn.
Both of them.
Damn.
Events were reportedly happening shortly after a helicopter hired by Florida Power and Light to maintain power lines sprayed a chemical nearby. Herbicide.
Well, these niggas spray chemicals and don't tell them where that shit gonna go, especially if wind picks up. They could have just sent somebody out there to damn mow that shit. Them niggas just spraying chemicals is like that's the solution. Sorry ass motherfuckers couldn't have somebody to go out there and mow all that shit down.
That was being used is an industry standard. It is used all across the nation. It is approved specifically for this kind of use, and it's considered not harmful to animals. So that's why.
That's a goddamn lie. Look what happened to the little coming bees. Hold on. What you gonna do? Girl, get on goddamn and go outside, bro. Get up, yeah, well, come on back in here. I don't know what the hell you trying to do, bro. Don't try that crap with me, you know. You either go out or you gonna stay in. You goddamn peeking out the window just to see what's going on. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Taking these concerns seriously so that we can look into it, and if it is in any way tied together, we can make adjustments and make things right for those families.
Yeah, nigga, you spraying shit that's destroying, fucking up the environment. All you gotta do is just cut the fucking grass. You gotta get a helicopter to spray some freaking chemicals.
FPL confirmed the contractor hired to spray the power lines has done this work for the company in the past. FPL says it has meteorologists on site. The company says it takes weather conditions and wind into consideration before sending a contractor out to spray. With multiple reports of dead animals now surfacing, Florida Senator Don Gates is calling on the Department of Agriculture to investigate.
This needs to be one of those.
What's to investigate? Clearly, that's the cause. I mean, the best thing to do is just mow that shit down. It seems like they charging more just for somebody to fly a helicopter just spray some fucking chemicals to kill the weeds and shit. What kind of fucking shit is that? And they gonna say, oh, it's safe for the environment and the animals. Nigga, it's herbicide. It's poison. How is it safe, nigga? You drink some of that. Drink a full 12-ounce glass of that motherfucking shit, full concentrated, or just some diluted with water. And see, tell me how you'll feel the next day, nigga. You ain't gonna feel fantastic.
Situations where Florida Power and Light, if they're culpable, needs to take action and make sure they don't do this kind of thing to people again.
Oh, but I thought he gonna say like, yeah, I approve this. Well, anyway.
Formal investigation request. Gates included this post by Chun Farms on Facebook showing the flight path for that helicopter.
Yeah, and the wind kicked up and blew that motherfucker off.
State Senator calling for FPL to take a closer look at the helicopter's entire flight path, determine the licensing status of the pilot, and identify the chemicals sprayed.
It is it's wrong for any company, including FP&L, to spray in a way that causes harm to agricultural products and livestock and the agricultural community.
Gates says the farmers have asked investigators to come out to their farms. He says the investigation should help determine whether or not the spraying is related to the death of these animals. Reporting for WE.
Yeah, gotta be. Damn. Anyway, let's get back. Let's get to another video. And a lot of them animals are related to making food. Like she's talking about the beekeeper lady. She had a bunch of bees. Hey, they produce honey. And then talking about chickens. Chickens, they produce eggs and they be meat. And now they dead.
Food prices going up so fast, they're now passing laws to stop companies from controlling so much of the food and raising the supermarket prices. Restaurants hitting all-time record profits. Who's the winners? Who's the losers? Where are you going to pay more? Where are you going to pay less? Let's look at the wine, the beef, the coffee. It is all over the place. It is not stopping. This price is accelerating for everything we're going to buy and consume as food. Now, you know there's a huge problem when the lawmakers themselves are passing legislation against the companies that gave them money through the lobbyists to get them into the halls of power. Here we go. Chuck Schumer, of all people, targets big meat packers with new grocery price bill. In blue, collectively, Tyson Foods, JBS, Cargill, and National Beef control 85% of the beef market and 67% of pork, 60% of chicken. This is the processing side of things. So when it makes it to the supermarket, they control the prices. There's only 4 of them. They can set price. They can monopolize. If it was 3, it'd be more obvious. They try to throw the 4th one like, oh, no, it's not a monopoly. Okay. This new bill, although it's going to take a while and it's past due and it'll be too late by the time it passes or doesn't, will require major meat packers to choose between operating in beef, pork, or chicken. Like they have to choose one. They can't dominate in all 3, and all 4 of these companies dominate all 3 together. They're going to have to choose A, B, or C, which means, well, some more companies will probably have to open up to cover that market share. And again, I would ask you about lead times with the tremendous shortages across the planet. Like, how do you start a new meat packing facility with whatever it is? You can't. That would take years from now, even if they could get the electricity there. Now this whole data center pulling every available watt, but you're supposed to give wattage back to a meat packing facility. I thought the whole thing, don't eat beef, and the whole don't eat meat thing was still rolling along like a steamroller. This just goes to show what's on paper is you're looking at 3 to 5 years out before this would take effect anyway. So it's just somebody trying to give positive hope that something's being done about the food prices. But in actuality, you're going to have to prepare for this head-on collision. June, July, and August is when the real price rises are going to hit. If you think that you've seen prices rising so far, it hasn't begun yet. The beginning of it is June, July, and August, depending on where you are in the nation. And off of Meeting Place, love the title, beef prices continue climbing as USDA raises 2026 forecast. Yeah, the hopefulness is, well, they're now being priced in. USDA raised its now forecast for beef, and March to April from a year ago were almost 15% higher. Spoke to a guy I know out in Texas that sells cattle, got the highest prices ever for their farm. Good for them, bad for your pocketbook, but where the supply and where the demand collide, here we go. Total U.S. consumption of beef, pork, and chicken is up in 2026. Supply is down in 2026. So we're seeing, well, prices go up. Red line, chicken, and you can see that's pretty steadily increasing from the left of the chart in 2019. Just follow your eyes over to the current and the 2027 forecast here. Beef looks pretty much going to stay the same, maybe a little elevated, and pork exactly the same pretty much. So you can see where the forecast is. So if you were going to try to buy something that's not going to rise in price as much, which one do you think would be? My guess is going to stay on pork because, well, it's leveled and it doesn't seem like it's increasing, so the supply and demand is more balanced. Where beef, that's up and up. So who's the winner and loser in this thing here? The CPI Consumer Price Index, select food at home items like you buy in the supermarket, come home, prepare yourself, eat it at home. Fresh vegetables up, coffee up, beef up, peanut butter, fish and seafood up, bread, and I'm just going down the list here. And at the very bottom here, we get into the rice and pastas. Okay, that's a good one because it hasn't gone up that much. So you're just looking at the chart here and try to mitigate your spending or slow down your spending somehow.
All right, anyway. Well, prices getting up on food, and there's going to be a shortage on food. Let's see what we got here. What is this about?
A quick check-in on El Nino. We got volcanoes going off in Italy. People are changing spending patterns. Food's getting too expensive. And now a massive push for emergency fertilizer production as the Strait of Hormuz remains closed. Looking for the big picture, how this all fits together. Well, I think this is going to be a glimpse into the future right here as several things layer on top to create one scenario that's going to push prices for the rest of the year. So you got to get ready for this. Let's check in on El Nino. The forecast here now bringing us up to 3.5 degrees Celsius above the normal. Wow, that's incredibly warm. The ramp up is beginning now in May, and we're starting to measure off the temperatures. I jumped over to the global 2-meter temperature anomaly to see what we're looking at off of South America going west out to Indonesia and Asia. And in the red down there, the average above the baseline is 0.288 degrees Celsius. Keep an eye on what's happening off of South America, and we'll see how then the weather around the world, especially rainfall patterns, shifts and how that's going to affect crop production. Mount Etna, whoa, this is some of the tallest fountaining they have seen to date. You know, people are just booking tours and holidays just to go up and watch Etna. It's pretty much a continuous event now. In Campo Flegre, also, they're talking about land subsistence off the coast. They're sliding into the Mediterranean.
What the fuck is he talking? I thought he talking about some food. And the next spot of the video, he talking about a damn 600 foot. What this shit is? It's a EV Ferrari, a EV Ferrari that's gonna cost $640,000. These niggas out they fucking mind. You basically paying that much for an oversized electric car. Shit.
This could be.
All right, fuck it. I'm gonna let it play. I'm gonna play it. That's the EV Ferrari. Are you fucking kidding me, nigga?
Ferrari, $640,000 electric
You
vehicle.
mean to tell me you gonna be? Ooh, you looking out? That's an expensive way to go green. Shit.
White in the background, orange in the front there. You think it'd be red, a Ferrari red, but I guess not. It needs to be a little different. It is an EV. Looks very similar to a lot of others. I've seen comparisons and people giving it test drives, and looks inside beautiful luxury interior, but they were saying you can get the same thing pretty much for like $100,000 if it depends on which manufacturer you go to. Even Mercedes does one for like $160,000, literally 3 times less. So they're just saying they're trying to sell you an extra $500,000 or $250,000 just for the name on the thing, and then it's really, comparatively to the rest of the EVs, it doesn't stand up. There's so many that have better performance and longer battery charge times, etc.
And Ferrari don't have a shitty ass. They have a reputation of making shitty gas cars anyway. Terrible warranties. I don't know about now, but I remember the time they were just building shit at car. Hell, what is the race car driver? I think it was named Enzo Ferrari or Enzo or whatever the fuck. I forgot the nigga name is. But he's saying that Ferraris are shitty. They only meant to be on a track, not for everyday driving or be on the road. But anyway, yeah, I don't wanna. He talking about some random shit. I thought he gonna start talking about food. Nah, he just talking about some random shit. Well, anyway, let me get to this one right here. Talking about more proof that they changed something in our foods. What is this? The homestead journey? Goodness gracious, come on, bro.
This is red button. Check this out. It has not melted. No bugs have touched this. It sat out all night. I've already done this test before already, y'all. 2 years ago. Not even joking. Yeah, see? Yeah. Now, we want to know why there's no mold, there's no melt, there's not even any dirt on this stuff, dude. I would highly suggest, though, to stop eating this, man, and stop feeding this to your kids, seriously, because look, that should have done something else. I know y'all are going to say, it doesn't have ice cream on your box
anymore. Hold on, how long this shit been sitting out there? That shit should have been melting if it's ice cream.
That's the point. That's the point, y'all. Come on, man. Like, dude, we quit eating this. We lost 100 pounds apiece, my wife and I did. So I highly suggest, man, y'all do the same.
This is a cabbage that I threw out here 2.5 weeks ago for the chickens. The chickens won't eat it, and none of the wildlife will eat it. There are possums and skunks and raccoons and deer and all kinds of animals that should be interested in that cabbage.
I can't stop thinking about this video of a lady who bought her daughter a McDonald's Happy Meal as a reward, and at the restaurant, instead of them giving her a small fry that comes with the Happy Meal, they ended up giving her a large fry, which her daughter ended up not finishing, and the mom, she didn't want to eat it herself, so she ended up throwing them out the window so that the birds or the animals that were outside could eat them. So the next day, she passes by the same spot, and she notices that no bird, no animal came near those fries. And as she looks closer, she notices that there's ants sitting on top of the fries, but the ants are stiff. The ants are not moving, and the ants are and I can't stop thinking about the video because no bird, no animal wanted to eat those fries. The only thing that came near those fries were ants, and it literally them. So imagine what those fries are doing to us.
Make sure you never buy meat again until you check this first. After what I just learned, I'm looking for this one word on labels that most people don't even know exists. More and more bioengineered foods are coming into grocery stores. And it's important to know if you are eating high quality food or if it's fake meat. Lab grown or synthetic, those are words you'll never see on a package because those are scary words. They're doing everything they can to trick us to thinking that it is better.
Even if it's organic, it's probably something wrong with that shit too.
Better than it
Now probably is something wrong with that shit too.
is. So what's happening? We are seeing words that sound way more natural. The words you're looking on the package are cell cultured. U.S. legislators already made this word legal. Even worse.
You know that cell culture, you know damn well that's lab grown. You know, they've been fucking with it in the laboratory.
USDA already approved, let's say, cell-cultivated chicken and cell-cultivated beef. This is their sneaky way of making lab-grown meats sound acceptable. But let's be real for a second. This is not actually real meat. This is meat grown in bioreactor from animal cells. It's been processed in a lab and never has been part of a real breathing animal. So next time you're at a grocery store, read the labels
Look at
carefully.
this shit. Esau willing to spend so much fucking money on lab-grown meat, where you can just, it's cheaper just to let the meat roam. They graze the land. Let the animals graze the land. Goodness. But see, this is how Esau, the elite of Esau, Edom, and Amalek, and the other heathen nations, the elite of them. That's how they eat their meat. But they don't want the peasants to live that way. No, he want the peasant to eat shit, slop, fake bioengineered crap. We gotta get the fuck out of here, bro. Damn, I hate these motherfuckers so much.
If it says cell cultivated, cell
You got
baked,
these dumbass Israelites want you to love the enemy that's want you to eat fucking lab grown anything. You basically eat shit. How you gonna love a motherfucking devil that wants you to eat doo-doo? Goodness fucking gracious. You people need to fucking get it, man. Just like these damn dumb heathens.
or made from animal growing animal cell, leave them at the shelf. Comment below if you have already seen this at the grocery store.
If you've been drinking or buying this water, don't scroll past this video. This is a 40 pack of great value water for under $6.
I've been buying that shit. I got some in the basement. Oh shit, let's see what they got to say.
I used to think I was getting such a good deal because
I know I ain't getting no good deal or not, shit. I know there's something wrong with that tab water, that Walmart water, especially the plastic bottles.
Their waters are more expensive, but here's why it's so cheap. This water has added chemicals to it. Calcium chloride and sodium bicarbonate. Calcium chloride is used for melting snow and ice on the roads as a dust suppressant on unpaved surfaces.
I'd never seen that on there. I might need to take a look at it. But it's like it doesn't make no difference. Hell, all that shit is in all the water. As far as we don't know, they might not even put it on the label.
Carbonate is used to treat indigestion and heartburn. Commonly used.
Oh my goodness, bro.
In household cleaning and temporary symptom relief.
And you know what? The amazing thing, that's why it's good to pray to the Lord. But if you ain't got your Yahweh Shema Shah, I'm surprised these people ain't fucking going after the executives or anybody who's responsible for this shit. I'm surprised. I'm not gonna be one of them. No, because you know this is our punishment from the Lord. Because hell, even if somebody like say myself, I go out, or not say myself, say somebody else went out and took vengeance upon these people that's poisoning the food, what would that person look like when they plastered all over the media? They're crazy. They're talking about they're putting chemicals in the water that's toxic, that kills people, and people be so stupid to believe everything that's on the media, and they, and it is true that they are putting chemicals in your fucking food, water, air, everything, in the ground, everything, clothes, everything. Just get you sick and die, nigga. We living in hell, bro.
Now y'all tell me why the hell we need this in water. Make sure y'all being careful with what y'all put in y'all bodies and reading these food and drink labels.
Well, even if you're trying to be careful, it's still fucked up. But hey, there's nothing wrong with being careful. But shit. I mean, if that's it, it ain't just, she talking about no 40 cases, but what about the ones that's less than 40 for the great value? What about the distilled water? What's in that? I don't know. It ain't just Walmart the ones that putting chemicals in. Them other companies are too that make it producing water. Nestle, them sorry motherfuckers. Anyway.
You have to learn the food supply chain's algebra in order to know what's good for you and what's not. If it starts with 9, it's fine. You can wash those pesticides off with baking soda and a veggie wash linked on my profile called Green. If it's 4, throw it out the door. It's conventionally grown, which means the pesticides are systemically introduced through the roots. If it's 3, it means it's electronically ionized, which means all the nutrition of that fruit has been zapped out of it.
So that's damn what that dragon fruit?
Well, that's the problem. Here's the solution. Grow your own fruits and vegetables, and if you can't, go to your local farms where they're doing it in your neighborhood land and get it from them.
The easiest way to start changing your life is looking at the products that they're clearly just giving to us, that they obviously don't care, and seeing all of these ingredients and realizing that, please, look at this. 21, so if you eat 6 of these, you're eating ×2 this list of ingredients and putting it into your body, and it's bioengineered to taste great, but definitely not support health. And then if you live in the United States of America, just look and find out
some lean cuisine, but it's not really. Well, I remember lean cuisine was something sold to you like it was for your health, to keep you lean, skinny. Shit.
what brand it is. This is Nestle. Okay, Nestle, obviously.
Nestle, I just talking about with the water, and Nestle ain't shit.
Nestle bioengineers their food ingredients and makes them a chemical concoction of things that you would probably never use. So since no one wants to save us or talk about it, only you can save yourself or prevent a forest fire in your gut microbiome by avoiding bioengineered food ingredients. Your chances of finding something healthy are extremely low. But if you pick up...
man, that's why we need the Lord, man. We need the Lord. And anything you buying that's not so bioengineered, it's going to be more expensive. Yeah. And I ain't saying you don't buy it. You can buy it if you want to, but man, we gotta get out of here. That's ultimately what we need to do. Shit.
A product on the shelf, flip it around, and you don't see weird names you've never heard of before, or if it's not bioengineered, there's a high likelihood it's better.
Pickles. I remember pickles didn't have all this some kind of dye they use for preservatives. Hell no. Shit, the pickle used to be just look green. Now the pickles look bluish green. But the pickle ain't supposed to be looking blue and shit no. Have some kind of blue coloring in it.
For you, because look at these pickles in the chilled section. That pickle's almost white, and Target doesn't sell the brand, but look for the food coloring. Oh, just kidding. I found Heinz. Yeah, they're definitely the one that doesn't care. So there's your yellow and
blue. Goodness gracious. And high fluorescent corn syrup for fucking pickles. Why?
Blue food coloring. Yummy.
Yeah.
So any and every president that I've seen over
find
my
out talking about the color blue for pickles, and I'm like, God damn.
Entire lifetime has never changed any of it. So what are you gonna do? Consume some soybean oil, or is that vegetable oil, or is that a soda or Oreo in there as well? What are we mixing all these with?
God damn. I mean, seriously.
Oh, that's right. The companies that don't care. They're even coming after the kids. So next time you see red, white, and blue, flip it around and, well, there you go.
Oh, but what happened to, what's that nigga name? Robert J. Kennedy or Robert F. Kennedy? That shaking ass nigga. That stuttering ass nigga talking about some removing all this stuff and that. Just one thing. Man, that show, man, these motherfuckers ain't shit, bro. And they want to push a chip implant inside of you. Anyway, I'm gonna just end this video from the plagues. Shit, and this is part of punishment too. This last video, this showing you the punishment we gotta go through. Shit, I'm praying Lord get us out of here. But let me go ahead and read this about famine, and then next up the what is it? The foul bread. Ezekiel chapter 5 verse 16. When I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, and will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. So the Lord's breaking the staff of bread to create this famine that's worldwide, and a lot of people gonna die. So you want to pray like heaven, you don't be one of those people. You want to pray like heaven, the Lord have mercy on you. I mean, some of us gonna die in hell. Some of us gonna be put, gonna go to the spirit world, be a martyr, but we damn sure don't want to die from, I mean, I don't know, die without a cause, die like we haven't done anything, and we done something. At least if you're gonna be a martyr of the Lord, not be a martyr of nothing. Or now you ain't even being a martyr anyway, you just dying for no reason, no point. I meant to say, not no reason. You don't have no meaning of whatever. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, famine is coming, and the Lord is bringing it. Let's get to the next scripture. Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 13. And the Lord Yahweh said, even thou shalt the children of Israel, talking about you so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and you speckled-bird Israelites, eat their defiled bread amongst the Gentiles, whither I would drive them. So this is punishment. And a lot of us are aware about this shit. Some of our own people not aware about the food they eat. They don't even give a fuck. I mean, I sometimes be like that, be honest with you. But then I be like, fuck, this is all I got. Yep, and you got to deal with it, but pray about it. Let me get one more scripture. Because it's about to get crazy out here with these plagues intensifying. Same time, this shit. And when you ain't got no, and you got all this defiled food, soon, hell, it'd be hard to get it. It's going to be hard to get and eat that defiled food. You won't have nothing to eat. 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of birth great pains to pass a womb which pains. When the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side, from the north, south, east, west. And what are the plagues? You know, famine, pestilence, extreme weather, intense weather, a war, shit, a whole bunch of stuff. Love many wax and cold, just death. Pray like heaven, Lord, have mercy on it, because it's about to be crazy, extremely deadly. Yep. So seek the Lord by seeking his prophets, and take heed what to say, and try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shem Shah by praying in Yahweh Shem Shah, praising Yahweh Shem Shah, worshiping Yahweh Shem Shah, fearing Yahweh Shem Shah, and repenting to Yahweh Shem Shah. To all the men out there pushing this truth and nothing but the truth, in the name, spirit, and power of Yahweh Shem Shah. Keep on preaching, keep on teaching, keep your faith and your trust strong in Yahweh Shem Shah. Stay humble. And for you few sisters out there, take it heed. Keep your faith and trust strong in Yahweh Shem Shah. Stay humble, stay in order with your man. If you ain't got no man, stay in order, Yahweh Shem Shah. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and all praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.